After 8 hours, a standoff has ended peacefully in Richmond. The dramatic moments leading up to the woman's arrest coming up.
Lexington police are still investigating a crash that killed a Lexington man and a Louisville police officer. How both those men are being remembered tonight. It's only an exhibition game, but basketball season in the Bluegrass is here. We'll take a look at the highlights of the show that Kentucky put on at Rupp Arena.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Fall is disguising itself as summer for Halloween this year. Thanks for watching WKYT. I'm Sean Moody. The summer-like weather we've had all weekend is sticking around for the holiday. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell has a look at Halloween in your no-wait weather forecast.
And here's the thing, Sean. We are actually encountering a front here tonight that's going to knock our temperatures down some as we head into the day tomorrow. But the catch is it's going to bring us closer to average, and we're still going to be above it as we get into it. Quiet out there tonight. You see this 63-degree reading that we are currently sitting at here in Lexington? That is the normal daytime high, and we're at it at 11 o'clock at night. Catching a northeasterly wind, though, now, meaning the front is kind of dropping in and changing things up. And you can see that a little bit better to our north, where we're already in the 50s, like Covington, Maysville, 56, 55. So that cooler here is starting to ease in over a widespread area. So we'll watch that drop in. A few isolated showers have also been developing across parts of eastern Kentucky and out to our east in general, into southern Ohio a little earlier, and that continues to be the trend out there tonight. Here's what we've got as we look at our hour-by-hour forecast. We started in the morning. I think we're at upper 40s, low 50s, around 8 o'clock, 51 there. And then you've got 63, 68, and then up to around 73 by 5 o'clock tomorrow. And as the kids are out trick-or-treating, you'll see a tremendous drop in temperatures between the peak heating and then that 8 o'clock time frame. I'll break this down, and we'll have a little mummy dance a little bit and give you the forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Jim. They were on the scene for hours, and tonight Richmond police finally have a woman in custody who they say wouldn't come out of her house. Police tell us they were called out to a house on Valley Street for a shots fired call. That call kept police busy for 8 hours. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner was near the house today when someone started firing shots. That's our top story at 11.
We've been staring at the back of vehicles now for the last, since it started.
Early Sunday afternoon, Max and Carter got a knock on the door.
And they said, we need to evacuate you. So I was like, all right, well, let me grab a few things and I'll be out the door.
Across from his home on Valley Street.
This is the White House on the right-hand side there.
There was some commotion. Richmond Police Department was called out to shots fired.
And I think we heard another one about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, something like that. And we haven't heard anything since.
All was quiet for a while, and then the noise picked back up. We heard multiple shots over a number of hours, many wondering when the standoff would end.
It's been 6-8 hours.
Max and Carter was talking with us and just wondering when he would be able to go home when we heard loud noises and then screaming.
Hey, Tyler, turn around.
Police used tear gas and sent a robot into the home to monitor the woman they say was alone. Police say what we heard was the woman shooting at the robot.
Yeah, her son took off. They tackled him by that scruggly tree over there.
In all, the standoff lasted around 8 hours. Police were able to negotiate the woman out of the home, everyone unharmed.
We didn't want to put anybody's life in danger, so we did what we had to do, and like I said, everybody gets to go home, everybody's safe.
I was hoping it ended a lot sooner, but I'm glad nobody got hurt. That was the biggest thing. You don't want everybody to see anybody get killed or hurt, in something like this.
In Richmond, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Police have not released that woman's name. Now to a developing story in Powell County. State police are investigating a deadly shooting there. The Powell County coroner tells us a man was shot in his car this afternoon along Mountain Springs Road. He was pronounced dead at 6 this evening, and the coroner has identified that man as 53-year-old David Rogers. The coroner said the bullet went through Rogers' windshield. Rogers was the only one in the car. We've called state police about the investigation and to ask about a suspect, but we haven't heard back from them about the case just yet. And new tonight, Lexington police are investigating after they say a man walked into a store with a gunshot wound. The store was along Georgetown Street. Police tell us the man was taken to UK hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. They don't know who or where the man was shot. Police said that man is not cooperating with them. We now know more about the second man killed in the crash early Saturday morning. Police said two men were on South Upper Street when a drunk driver lost control of her car and ran into the men. 56-year-old Timothy Moore and 37-year-old Jason Schweitzer were taken to the hospital where they later died. Schweitzer was a detective in Louisville and was here in Lexington for a Fraternal Order of Police conference. Moore worked for UK as a utility plant operator. Police said Moore was giving Schweitzer directions when 26-year-old Suzanne Whitlow crashed into them. Police have charged her with 2 counts of second-degree manslaughter and DUI. UK spokesperson Jay Blanton said Moore was known as a hard worker.
So he worked that third shift and had, I think, for most of his time at the institution for about 14 years. So it's a tremendous loss, I know, for his family and certainly for his UK family as well. And our thoughts and prayers go out to his family at this time.
Blanton says UK will provide grief counselors for the people there who knew Moore. Visitation for Detective Schweitzer will be Tuesday at the Ratterman Funeral Home in Louisville, and his funeral will be on Wednesday. A Russell County man is in jail tonight on murder charges. State police say 70-year-old Douglas Carnes was found dead in his home along South Main Street in Jamestown Saturday morning. They say he was involved in a fight. The troopers believe he was beaten and cut to death. The man you see on your screen there, 53-year-old Rick McWhorter, is charged with murder. Also in Russell County tonight, the coroner's office is investigating what they believe is an accidental drowning at Lake Cumberland. The coroner said 67-year-old James Stonecipher of Indiana was pronounced dead at the launching ramp in Kendall Park today. Toxicology tests are not back yet. The coroner and the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources are investigating. We've also learned tonight that EKU police have arrested 4 people in connection with a burglary overnight on campus. Police say around 2:30 this morning, someone tried to break into the Grand Campus Apartments on Barnes Mill Road with a gun. They said several people ran off and were later caught to be questioned. Tonight, 4 people have been charged. Zachary Beaton and Darius Bryant are both charged with burglary. Shaheem Lee is charged with burglary and criminal mischief, and Deshaun Moncrief is charged with wanton endangerment, burglary, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and receiving stolen property. The police say none of those 4 people are students at EKU. And Lexington police are investigating an armed robbery at a store on North Limestone tonight. Police tell us a man dressed in all black walked into Jackson Wine and Spirits with a handgun and demanded money. They say he got away in a dark car. Police say a customer tried to follow that man in their car down North Limestone toward New Circle. Police said when they crossed New Circle, the man fired a shot at that customer. That's when the customer stopped following the man. Police said that customer was not hurt. Also new tonight, Harlan County leaders are asking for help tracking down people responsible for vandalizing a park this weekend. Investigators said someone stole the top off an $800 table at the park on High Sprint Lake. They say a porta potty was also pushed down a hill. This isn't the first time the park has been vandalized. Someone else fired shots into a shelter.
This is taxpayers' dollars, and the Sheriff's Department is investigating it. And fiscal court, we're going to pursue it to the fullest extent of the law. People in the community, they're really upset about what they've done.
The city leaders are encouraging the people responsible to either return that tabletop or turn themselves in. The search continues tonight for 2 missing teenagers in Garrett County. Emergency management says 16-year-old Delilah Pretty and 14-year-old Taylor Pretty were last seen around 4:15 Friday afternoon. Investigators tell us they've talked with several people that the girls have interacted with, but they don't say where they think the girls could be. And right now, they have no searches planned. State police are still looking for a missing Ohio man who disappeared in Laurel County on his way to Florida. Troopers say 74-year-old Robert Boudon was last seen turning on Highway 80, turning into the London Marathon gas station on Saturday morning. They tell us his wife was following him in another car, but she got held up in traffic. When she got to the gas station, Boudon was gone. Troopers say he was driving a 1989 Chevy Silverado 3500 pickup truck with a camper top, and he has not arrived to his destination in Florida. Boudon is 6 feet tall and 140 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. It's the first of several chances to experiment. The UK basketball team hit the hardwood at Rupp Arena tonight to take on a team that wasn't also UK. The Cats welcomed Clarion into town. They put on a show for Cal's alma mater. Lee K. Howard joins us with the highlights.
Yeah, that's right, Sean. If tonight's exhibition game was any indication, this Kentucky team has quite a few weapons on the offensive side of the ball. UK had the offense going very early. Malik Monk creates some space and knocks down the jumper. He was 6 for 11 from the field. Didn't even start the game, but he finished with the team-high 15 points. Isaiah Briscoe penetrates and leaves it up for the freshman Sasha Kalea-Jones. Wildcats led by 26 at the half. Second half, Cats running the floor. How about a rare senior-to-senior lob? Dominique Hawkins to Derek Willis. Willis had 13 points. More fast break offense. De'Aaron Fox to Bam Adebayo. Kentucky had 38 points off turnovers. Bam finished with a double-double, 13 points, 14 rebounds. Later, it's Isaiah Briscoe left open on the near side, and he hits from 3. Briscoe finished with 11 points and 11 assists. 6 Cats scoring double figures as Kentucky wins big, 108-51. Here's Rob Bromley.
First time out against an opponent here in Rupp, and this team was up and down the court. John Calipari has talked a lot about how quick this team is, how fast it is, and Cal thought that Clarion tested his team.
The one thing that I was happy about with Clarion, athletically, they could hang with us. They had speed enough to hang with us. They had quickness enough to hang with us, and they were physical. They weren't as big, so we got a bunch of easy baskets, but I told my team, if we give up 9 threes in a league game, we will lose.
I don't know. I just think it adds to just, freshmen playing at Rupp Arena, kind of just try to get the feel for everything. And we're just going to make mistakes, and we still got a long way to go, but we see the potential, so it can be real scary.
The Cats with balanced scoring. Kentucky wins it 108-51. That first exhibition game is in the books. In Rupp, Rob Bromley, WKYT.
All right, thank you, Rob. We will have much more highlights and hear from the Cats coming up a little bit later in sports.
Okay, Rob, thank you. Good to see basketball back. Still to come tonight on WKYT News, Halloween means candy and costumes, but it can pose some dangers. We'll go over some safety tips. And it's the first like it in the area. An opioid detox crisis center is opening up in Garrett County, where people can go for help with addiction, coming up in just about 10 minutes.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Generally a quiet night out there across central and most of eastern Kentucky. However, a few showers are still showing up on our Defender radar network as they've been pressing through with a very weak frontal boundary. Weak as, and it's not producing a lot of rain. Let's get right to it so you can see exactly what we are tracking out there. And just a little bit of rain. Some of it stretching, looks like, from Pike County, getting into Lee and Owsley counties. Very light in nature. More in the way of cloud cover showing up with this. Now, temperatures, we're going to see them drop just a little bit with this front trying to work through the area, but it's not going to be a significant one. Not one that's going to push us deep into the 60s or even 50s for highs. But that's on the horizon, of course. Here we go. Let's get past that front, show you the temperature situation out there tonight. Already where it's kind of poking already into the area, you can see temperatures are coming in there in the mid-50s. That will ease more toward the south here tonight. There's even cooler air, though, just upstream from that as well, where you see low 40s, low 50s, mid 40s, all kinds of different variations in temperatures. So we'll get a moderate dose of this overall air mass settling in on us overnight and into the day tomorrow. We're already a few degrees cooler compared to the same time last night, which were very pleasant last night as well. So you're looking at 9-10 degrees cooler in the coolest spots showing up on our map tonight, and that will again continue dropping toward the south as you watch it here with the hour-by-hour run weather temperatures, where I think we wake up with some folks into the 40s in the morning, low 50s, mid 50s. The farther to the south you go, that's where you're going to find some of those warmer temperatures overnight. We get into the day tomorrow, and we likely have a zone set up across Kentucky where 70s and higher. to 60s, as you see there, to our north. That's just the setup in the atmosphere for it. So as we watch the frontal boundary progress into the area here tonight, watch it drop through, clouds are around, generally quiet. Then we get the warm front parked right over top of us. Now, when that happens, that's when we'll see it shift back to the north and allow for a big time push and temperatures going right back up the thermometer. That's going to put us back into the 80s by the time we get into your Tuesday. Let's break down your Halloween forecast. Our mummy is still dancing, and Micah will let him dance in the morning. You know what? Let me stand right here so you can see him in the window. He's just dancing outside. 71 at 4 o'clock tomorrow, 6 o'clock here at 68, and then we're at 65 by 8. Just a great Halloween forecast.
Look out, Jim.
Yeah, man, he's going to get me.
He's going to get you.
He's going to get me for sure. Here's a 7-day forecast. I don't know what I'd do if I looked out the window and saw that. Don't get any ideas. There you see the next front, though, gets here on Thursday, Sean. And that brings fall to us, and it looks like it might stick a little bit longer this time.
That'll make some people happy. I know a lot of us are still enjoying these 70s, but a lot of people are looking forward to the crunchy leaves and jackets and that kind of thing.
They want the chill. They want the chill, and you'll kind of get some of that.
Yeah, we'll make them happy. Yeah. Thank you, Jim. After the break, we are 9 days from picking a new president. We will have the latest from the campaign trail. Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $40 million. Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $198 million. With 9 days to go until the election, the FBI is moving forward with its investigation of a laptop used by Hillary Clinton's top aide. Investigators want to know if emails found on it will shed new light on Clinton's use of a private email server while Secretary of State. CBS's Brooke Silva-Braga has more from New York.
The FBI is now reading through thousands of emails found on a laptop shared by Hillary Clinton aide Huma Abedin and her estranged husband Anthony Weiner. The FBI originally obtained the laptop during an investigation into Weiner allegedly sending explicit messages to a minor. CBS News has learned Abedin says she didn't know her emails were on the laptop. Law enforcement sources tell CBS News the effort to find out if any of the emails are pertinent to the probe into Clinton's private server will likely stretch past Election Day. Donald Trump argues this is the biggest political scandal since Watergate.
We never thought we were going to say thank you to Anthony Weiner.
The Clinton campaign is focusing on FBI Director James Comey's decision to publicize the developments just days before the election.
But the more information that has come out, the more overblown this all seems, and the more concern it has created about Director Comey's actions.
At a Florida rally, Clinton avoided directly discussing the case.
There's a lot of noise and distraction, but it really comes down to what kind of future we want and who, as our president, can help us get there.
Clinton's lead in the polls has been shrinking for more than a week. A new ABC Washington Post poll finds the candidates just 1 point apart nationally. Brooke Silva-Braga for CBS News, New York.
And with little more than a week until Election Day, the candidates are making stops in key states. Hillary Clinton will be in Cincinnati tomorrow. She'll have a rally at the city's Riverfront Park at 3:45 p.m. Donald Trump will be in Michigan tomorrow. New tonight, the first opioid detox crisis center in Garrett County will open tomorrow. This afternoon, there was ribbon cutting for the renovated church on Bryantsville Road in Lancaster. This center is a holistic detox facility with 6 beds. One of the founders of this detox center, Nikki Strunk, lost her son to a heroin overdose in January. After her son died, Strunk told WKYT's investigations team that there wasn't an immediate place for her son to go when he needed help. She wants to change that for others who are struggling with addiction, and she hopes this center can be a model for other counties to follow. Halloween is tomorrow, and police want people to enjoy the treat part more than the trick. Police are warning Kentuckians to take some extra precautions. They suggest that parents double-check the candy kids collect and be aware of their kids' allergies. A lot of cities also hold community trunk or treats, and police say those are the safest options for making the candy rounds. But if parents choose to trick-or-treat in a neighborhood, officials recommend that children wear light colors or reflectors on their costumes.
We have a lot of issues, people crossing the roads, stuff like that. We want to remind people that when crossing the road, be very careful because there are other vehicles out.
For a full list of Halloween festivities going on in the region, head on over to WKYT.com. We've got a list posted on our website. This time of year is all about the scares, and the Lexington family is terrifying people for a good reason. Nightmare on Greenway is open tomorrow night for anybody who's up for a scare. Stephen Kober says it's taken months of preparations to get their house, that's the house they live in, ready for Halloween. But Kober didn't just turn this house into a haunted house for nothing. He created the house to help raise money for people struggling with PTSD.
To me, it hits home every single time. As a veteran myself, I understand those struggles, and it's very important that people, especially in Lexington, understand that this is an issue here, and it's something that we can tackle.
The haunted house is free, but donations are welcomed. All those donations will go to the Warrior Life Center. The family's also set up an online fundraising page. You can find a link to that and the haunted house's hours on our website, WKYT.com. Lee K is back with sports, and it has been a big weekend for UK fans.
It really has, Sean. You know, the football Cats, they got the big win at Missouri on Saturday. Mark Stoops says his team is no longer satisfied. And tonight, Rupp Arena was rocking for an exhibition game. Those highlights are next in sports. The regular season is still about 2 weeks away, but tonight Kentucky fans got a good look at the newest group of Wildcats in the exhibition opener against Clarion College, the school where John Calipari played his junior and senior seasons. UK had the offense going early. Malik Monk creates some space here, knocks down the jumper. I'm telling you, he is so smooth when he does that. He had a team-high 15 points. The defense wasn't bad either. Monk with the steal up ahead to Bam Adebayo for the two-handed flush. The lead was 5. Isaiah Briscoe, he's going to be the leader on this team, according to Cal. He penetrates and leaves it up for the freshman Sasha Kalea-Jones. SKJ finished with 12 points. Kentucky fans finally getting a chance to see the New Zealand big man Ty Wynyard. After redshirting last spring, Wynyard had 6 points tonight and one nifty mask. Final seconds of the half, De'Aaron Fox up ahead to Derek Willis to spin in the score. Wildcats led 48-22 at the half. Second half we go. Winyan Gabriel collects 3 of his 9 points from beyond the arc. The lead was 27. Cats running the floor. How about the rare senior-to-senior lob? Dominique Hawkins to Derek Willis. Willis had 13 points tonight. More fast break offense for the Cats. Fox to Adebayo. Kentucky had 38 points off of turnovers. Bam finished with a double-double, 13 points, 14 rebounds, and then it's Briscoe left open on the near side. He hits from 3, 73-55 Kentucky, and then Brad Calipari getting some playing time in the closing minutes, and Little Cal steps back, gets the 3 to bank in, plus the foul. Coach Cal holding back the smile there. The bench, they love it. Kentucky wins easily, 108-51. 6 different Wildcats reached double figures in scoring, led by Malik Monk's 15 points. Isaiah Briscoe had 11 points and 11 assists. Here's Rob Bromley.
This Kentucky team has all kinds of talent, and it is deep. John Calipari has all kinds of options, and he has a leader who's back for his second season.
Isaiah was outstanding. He was 5 assists, 1 turn and a half, and I called him and I said, come here, score the ball, man. You're going to score the ball for us. If they go under pick and roll, shoot it. If there's an inside-out 3 and you don't take it, he says, I got you. In 22 minutes, scores 11. I mean, he is the key to the team.
Briscoe's our leader, so, you know, we following Briscoe's steps. So he's been here, he's got experience, and we're just looking up to Briscoe.
So the Wildcats have 1 exhibition game down and 1 to go. They have Asbury here next Sunday night in Rupp. At Rupp Arena, Rob Bromley, WKYT.
Thank you, Rob. Mark Stoops has used the phrase stay the course numerous times this season. He said it following the 0-2 start, and he said it again last night after a 3rd straight SEC win. The win at Missouri was a 5th in the past 6 games for the Wildcats, now just 1 win away from a bowl bid, and Stoops says he's noticed the change in his team.
It's about our team finally being in a position where we're not satisfied. You know, I'm proud of them. They should be proud of themselves because of the work and the preparation and how hard they've worked and how fun they are to coach. But I truly believe that it's about being back in there Monday, ready to go and ready to prepare to win games. It's not everybody wants to win on Saturday. What are you willing to sacrifice to put yourself in a position to win the games?
The Wildcats return home Saturday to host Georgia. The Bulldogs are 2-4 in league play and coming off a loss to Florida. Kickoff at 7:30 on the SEC network. Bengals skipping across the pond to play a game in London against the Redskins. Third quarter, Bengals leading 13-10. Andy Dalton fakes the handoff and takes it in himself for the 1-yard touchdown. It was 20-10 Bengals. Go to the fourth quarter, though, now 24-20 Redskins. Jeremy Hill runs it off the left side for the 1-yard touchdown. A late field goal would send this game into overtime. And in OT, Redskins kicker Dustin Hopkins with a chance to win it, but Hopkins misses the field goal. After the Bengals turn the ball over on their turn in overtime, Washington with one last play of the game as time expires. Kirk Cousins throws the Hail Mary, but it falls incomplete. This game ends in a 27-27 tie. Despite being in London, penalty kicks were not an option. And an update on the World Series, the Cubs have a 3-2 lead over the Indians in Game 5 of the World Series in the bottom of the 8th inning. That's a look at sports. We are back with more after this.
So Jim is heading out tonight and stealing candy corn from his kid. That's what we established earlier, right?
I am tomorrow night for sure,
Yeah.
but not tonight. Maybe if he's got somewhere at the house. We're looking at a really nice day for folks tomorrow for Halloween. For trick-or-treaters out there, it will be very comfortable, maybe just downright warm for them. We're even warmer Tuesday and Wednesday before fall fights back on Thursday, guys.
Sorry, kids, don't come to my house. I ate all the candy already. We bought the candy and I ate it all.
If you buy it too early, that's what happens.
That's what happens.
It really does.
Tuesday, okay. Get all the 50-cent candy.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll go buy some more.
We'll all be doing that on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Our next newscast is tomorrow at 4:30 a.m. And remember, the news is always on at WKYT.com. Have a good night.